what's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again with my August 25th, 2013 DVD and VHS update. It's been a little bit, probably a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks since my last update, so figured I would just show some of the things I picked up in the past couple weeks. And this is the only DVD I have to show. I've been picking up a lot more VHSs than DVDs just because VHSs are a lot cheaper, and I've been able to find some obscure like titles and stuff like that on VHS, just some stuff I want to watch. But this is the only DVD I got, which is an episode of the Mystery Science Theater 3000, and this is an episode that they do they do their thing over the movie The Brain That Wouldn't Die. And this was really fun. I actually just watched this last night, and these guys are hilarious. I want to pick up more from them, but the DVD box sets they have are so much money. They're like 40 to 50 bucks just for them to do like 4 or 5 movies. So I don't know. I figured I'd pick this up since I saw it separate for just $4. So I might try to pick up a couple more of these separate episodes or whatever this is. I'm not even sure if this is a movie maybe removed from a set. There's no indication on it that it's from a set, so I figured it was just how it is. But it's pretty cool because it actually has the actual movie too, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, on the B side of the disc. So I thought that was cool. So I actually haven't seen that movie except with their with the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys doing their rip over it. But I'm probably going to watch it without the rip over it soon, because it seemed like a pretty good horror movie. A little weird, but it seemed actually worth watching. And it almost made me wish that I had checked it out before I watched the episode. But I'll probably watch the movie and then I'll watch the episode again, because it was really funny. And these guys are just hilarious. So I'm hoping to pick up some more stuff from Mystery Science Theater 3000. And then these are the VHS tapes I got, which are mostly like horror, sci-fi, a couple other things mixed in too. But I picked up the classic Evil Dead on VHS, and I'm sure everyone probably knows about this. Directed by Sam Raimi, and it stars Bruce Campbell, and it's just a fun movie. Just one of the best horror movies in my opinion. And every time I watch this movie, it inspires me to wanna write and direct a horror movie. It's just a lot of fun. You can tell they had a lot of fun making this. Same with Evil Dead 2. Just the guys who made this stuff are just fun people. And these are like some of my favorite movies by Sam Raimi. I haven't seen a lot of his other stuff, but the Evil Dead movies I've always just loved a lot. And then this I picked up, and I still haven't seen this yet, but it looked interesting. Psychic Killer. And I picked this up for just $1, I think, something like that. So I thought it was worth checking out. But I had seen this on DVD before, and it sort of looked interesting. But I've actually never seen it. I still haven't watched it. I only got this, only picked this up probably like a week ago, something like that. But I want to actually get around to watching this. It looks like it's a late, like a mid-70s thriller, and it just looks pretty interesting. I mean, the cover is really good. That's what you gotta love about the VHS box art. They do a good job to sell the tape. Nowadays with DVDs, I find that I'm not interested in the artwork at all. Most of the time, I just buy the movie just because I like the movie. But with VHSs, a lot of times you checked out the movie just on the artwork alone, and I like that. I like artwork. I'm a graphic designer, so I just really like when they do a good job on some quality artwork. That makes you actually want to see the movie. Nowadays with all that CGI crap where they just take stuff, scenes or promotion shots in the movie and just CGI it together to make it look all nice and shiny. It's not as effective to me as drawn or painted, or even just older covers. They did a good job on VHSs in my opinion. And then The Thing, which is an awesome movie. I actually have this and Evil Dead on DVD, but I figured I'd pick them up on VHS anyways, because I like to have all my favorite films on all the formats I have. And John Carpenter's The Thing is it's my favorite John Carpenter movie, which is hard to say because Halloween is such an immortal classic. I mean, it's really hard to say that The Thing is better, but I love this. I'm a huge science fiction fan. I have been since I was like younger. So I've always been into sci-fi movies, and this is just a really well done one. It's a remake, sort of a remake of the movie The Thing from Another World, but more or less it's just based on the same book, Who Goes There, which John Carpenter was a huge fan of the movie and probably a huge fan of the book too. The movie The Thing from Another World, that movie's actually shown in Halloween. So The Thing is, it's cool. You can tell John Carpenter just loves The Thing, and you can tell he put a really good work into this movie and put out a really good film. And I love this. I know it was actually like kind of panned by critics and audiences when it first came out, but then when it came out on tape, it started to get the respect that it deserved. And I think this is the first tape of The Thing. It's cool. It's like an older MCA video edition. I like these older editions of the movies. They always look cool. Like 80s VHSs are always a lot more appealing to me than a VHS that came out in the 90s. In the 80s they looked really cool. And then here is Predator 2, which I actually want to get around to watching this again. I've seen this movie tons of times. I've been a fan of the Predator series since I was a little kid. I always thought it was just cool. I used to have tons of Predator action figures when I was younger. I loved the Alien and the Predator series. Always thought they were cool, and this is a good one too. I mean, it's not as good as the first Predator, but it's close. It did a pretty good job doing a sequel to Predator. It was fun too. I would definitely recommend this, but I'm sure most people have seen Predator 1 and 2. They're just all around good movies. And worth checking out for anybody who's a sci-fi action fan. And then I have another copy of Blade Runner. This actually makes my 7th copy of Blade Runner on VHS. And why 7 copies of Blade Runner on VHS? Why not? This is my favorite movie in the world. I love Blade Runner. I've never been as obsessed with a movie as Blade Runner. I just love this movie so much. Everything about it. Ridley Scott just did a really good job putting this movie together. I mean, any cut of the movie is just fabulous. Like, if you watch the theatrical cut, it has its own charm. And if you watch the director's cut or the final cut with all that unicorn and the narration stuff cut out in it, it has this really good film too. So I mean, it's just a great film no matter how you cut it. I mean, or put it together. I love every single thing about this film, and I can't pass it up. When I go to a thrift store or a store and I see it on tape for like 50 cents or $1, I can't pass it up. It's just like my favorite film. So I just pick it up whenever I see it. So I hope to one day just have a huge stock of Blade Runners on VHS. It would not bother me. I love that movie. I love this movie that much. Alright, and now we have some stuff that's not horror or sci-fi anymore, just more in general movies. This is Pretty in Pink, which is a John Hughes film from the later 80s, and this is cool. I actually haven't seen this yet. I bought this VHS brand new, and haven't opened it yet, but I plan on watching this soon. I'm a huge 80s fan, and I've just been trying to get into more John Hughes movies. I've only seen The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, so I want to start checking out more of his films. And this one has a good new wave soundtrack. It features a song from the Smiths and a song from New Order, which are 2 of my favorite bands of all time. So that's another reason I want to check this out, just because it's got good music in it too. But I heard this is a good movie, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching this one soon. Here we have the classic Citizen Kane, which is of course directed by Orson Welles, starring Orson Welles, and the screenplay was co-written by Orson Welles, and this is just a awesome film. I've loved this film for a while now, and I've always just had a lot of respect for this production and this film. And it was cool that RKO Pictures, the movie company that financed this film at the time, really gave Orson Welles complete control over this film. I mean, and not a lot of people ever get that, especially when they're young and especially on their first film. But they gave him complete control, so it's just like it's unique. You don't get a lot of movies that come out like this, especially nowadays, the way that Hollywood and the studios run. I mean, it would almost be impossible to make a movie like this for a first director. I mean, this is just an epic, and Orson Welles plays the character Citizen Kane from the time he's younger in college days all the way to the days of his death, and it's just really impressive. And if you haven't seen Citizen Kane and you're a fan of older films and like film classics and black and whites, definitely worth checking out. Really awesome. And if you're an inspiring filmmaker like myself, and hope to one day be able to make films, it's definitely a good film to watch. It's that classic example of an art film made by Hollywood. You know, if you're taking a film class, most likely you're gonna watch this. And then last here, I actually just have a stack of cartoons that I picked up, and I picked up this is the Best of the Simpsons, Volume 4, and it has 2 episodes of The Simpsons. And I grew up on The Simpsons. I remember watching the show with my brother when I was younger. Every single night for pretty much my whole entire life when I was younger. It's just, I love this show. I've seen every episode of the earlier seasons, like the 90s seasons and early 2000 seasons, I've seen every episode like 3-4 times over. I just loved this show. And this I bought mostly just because it has the first Treehouse of Horror episode on it. And that's the reason that I really got obsessed with The Simpsons as a little kid. I've been like a horror movie and monster fan since I was really young. Just always loved the Frankenstein and the Wolfman, the Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, all that I've been a fan of, and just anything scary, horror related I've just loved. So I love that The Simpsons really put some time and quality in making some of their best episodes their Halloween episodes. I mean, that's I used to watch the show almost every night, just hoping they would play a Halloween episode, just because they're so good. And the first one is one of the best. It's the first with like Krotos and Kane, the those big head aliens, you know, with the glass jars over their heads with the one eyes. And it also has the classic Raven sketch where Homer is playing the character from the Raven, and the story is being, kind of narrated by him. It's pretty cool. And then the other sketch, which is Sketch. I don't know why I keep saying Sketch, but Sketch is the one when they move into a haunted house, which is really funny. That's like what the picture from the covers from the haunted house skit in it, and it's just so funny. That's and that's the one that starts out the episode. It's great. And if you haven't seen the Treehouse of Horror episodes, definitely watch them. They're hard to get. They don't have a set that just has all of them on. There's a VHS set which I want to get, but I haven't found at a store yet for a cheap price. But I want to get that. That has it has 6 episodes of the Treehouse of Horror on it. I need to look it up again. I forgot exactly which ones, but this is just good stuff. Simpsons, you know. And I picked up the Animaniacs, which I used to watch a lot when I was younger, and I got a new appreciation through the Nostalgia Critic. He did a really good review and overview on the Animaniacs, where he had some of the creators even talking about it with him, and it was just really impressive, and it made me get a whole new respect for the quality that went into the show. This was presented by Steven Spielberg, who he did a lot of cartoons for Warner Brothers at this time, presented them like Freakazoid and a couple other things. But this is a Halloween collection, spooky stuff. And I'm just, like I said before, I love anything Halloween related. So I picked this up so I can watch it around like Halloween time. You know, I like to watch as much Halloween stuff as I can during the month of October. So anything I can get, cartoons or movies. I like to pick up a lot of like monster stuff around and scary stuff around this time of year. And then here's the last thing I have to show, which is just another collection of SpongeBob. And if you saw my last update, I kind of went over that. I'm a really big fan of the early seasons of SpongeBob. I feel like it's a really well animated and written and funny show. It's one of the only cartoons I remember from my childhood that actually made me laugh out loud. And even though this cartoon came out in the late 90s, the first season coming out in 99, I was still watching Nickelodeon a little bit back then, especially early on in the 2000s, probably up to like 2005 or 6 was when I started to, stop watching as much cartoons and started to, try to high school myself up a little more. But I've started to get back into SpongeBob just because I remembered how funny it was from when I was younger. And so I just try to pick up any tape collections I can of stuff from the first couple seasons. And I wasn't sure exactly if this was because it's hard for me to remember exactly what episodes were from what season, but I got lucky, and this is all early episodes again, and just really funny. And if you haven't checked out SpongeBob because you thought, maybe you were too old for it at the time, or you just thought it was, a ridiculous kids thing, definitely check out some of the early episodes. They're really well animated, and they're really funny. The show really makes me laugh, and I can't say that a lot about certain cartoons that actually make me laugh out loud, and this is one of them that actually does. Just has some smart humor mixed in with a lot of dumb stuff, and it balances out right, and I would recommend SpongeBob. But that's everything that I picked up in the past couple weeks, and I'll be posting up another update next time I get a good stack of stuff. So thanks for watching, and peace out.